Anybody who's joining us, I hope you bring your whole team. We're going to officially start in a moment. I'm LB. Welcome to the party. You found our sales shot, and we're talking about SWIIFT everything. This is going to be information overload. So I hope you're attending. You've got ready for notes. You've brought your entire team. You booked time to work on this afterwards, because also I love me some edutainment. Do not be fooled, folks. It ain't training. You're going to come away with great ideas, but take the training afterwards to learn how to really apply it and get the results that you want. So, all right. Kelly lives in Florida. There we go. She wants to go to Paris. That's right. Kelly, I figured you must live somewhere awful if Florida was the very, very top of the list. Rude, right? But I mean, come on, we put the whole world out there. What we're doing right now is warming up our chat fingers so we have some fun together. And the chat question today is, tell us your city where you live and your bucket list destination. Where in the world do you want to see or do, whatever that may be? So it's my favorite campfire question. I just love talking about world travel and all the amazing things to do in the world. And I look forward to seeing your answers. But it's my job to get this started because we are 2 minutes past the hour. All right, let's get this up, everybody. Welcome. Hi. You found Factor 8's monthly sales shot. My name is Lauren Bailey. If we haven't met before, sorry. My friends call me LB. I hope you will too. I will be your host. I am the founder of Factor 8 and the author of our content. I spent about 25 years in virtual sales. And baby, we are tip rich. But what I like to tell everybody is these webinars are here to give great ideas, but you need to work on these afterwards. If you're not role playing, if you're not using examples, if you're not manipulating the information, then you're not going to actually retain it or be able to use it correctly. So if you're an enablement leader watching this, play the video back and then work on it with your team. If you're an individual or you've got a small team or you don't have a training team that can help you, take our classes. We're finally making them available on an individual basis. You don't have to be part of a huge company. It's not expensive. I'm going to give you codes to get 3 of them for like $100 at the end of this. So please dig in. And if you've invested this much time, finish it so you can use these skills. All right. You found our sales shot series. We do it every single month. These are the next 2. Go to factor8.com/shots and you can pre-register. Let's get this party started. SWIIFT everything. All right, folks, if you've been with us for a minute, you've heard about SWIIFT. We're going to dive deep. I'm going to talk about how we use it in like 7 different areas, especially around recession selling. But we'll start with our first shot. It's harsh, but it's fair. Sales ain't about you, folks. 9 out of 10 messages and calls that I listen to include language like this. All of that is natural because it's what you want to do. Good job for stating the goal. Now, the next step is you got to switch that around because these are all about you and they are not SWIIFT. This is what people are talking about when they're saying, stop selling at me. So if you want to stop, you got to be SWIIFT instead. All right, Adolfo, I'm looking at you for 5 to 6 times you've been here, but I'll take anybody's answer in chat. Here we go. What the hell does SWIIFT stand for? Who can do it? The S. Drum roll, please. Ooh, Kelly wants to go to Japan. Rebecca's telling everybody all at once. Rebecca, where's the drama, man? So what's in it for them? It's the opposite of WIIFM. And I want yourself to ask yourself this after you listen to every one of your calls or every time you're call coaching, every single section of the sales process, we can ask this question. And today I'm giving you an overview of how we insert SWIIFT all kinds of places. So you might know our SWIIFT intro, and instead you're going to learn how to use it in a feature function benefit or in a value prop. I'm going high level and I'm going fast. Stay with me, all right? First, I want you to know that SWIIFT selling is helping. When we look at what's in it for them and how we can help them, we are helpers as sellers. I like this. Pretty please for the shot. When we help them, that's our value, okay? And folks, if they didn't need help, marketing would do it all by themselves. Take a look at this buyer's journey. This is one of many different views of it. Boom, right here. This is where sales comes in. Folks are thinking about it. I might be aware. Maybe I'm considering it. I've got questions. I've got doubts. I've got hesitancy. Boom. If marketing can close the deal, we wouldn't have jobs. Our job is to find them here and help them get out of the indecision and into the purchasing and the solving of their problems. Okay. When we think about it, we reframe sales like that. It's fun. It's a helping profession, and it gives you more of the SWIIFT mindset. All right. Helping is personal, right? Of course it is. We got to pick our poison. Nobody wants the same pitch. This is why you hear people talking about customization at scale, right? The pitch is the value. It's why we ask sales questions. Our job is not just to help, but to translate. We translate their needs, right, into their solutions. We translate our solutions into their benefits. We help show how our solutions will solve their problems, but the smart sellers go further and deliver value, not generic value, the value they are looking for. And it isn't always obvious. And let me guarantee you, it isn't always the same. If you have deals stalling right now, okay, it's about building value. If you're getting beat up on price, you haven't built enough value. Okay, if you're getting tons of objections, there's your sign. You haven't built enough value, or we've built the wrong value. So we're going to dive into, what do people value most? How do I find these mystery hot buttons, LB? Well, I call it the SWIIFT 6. I've been training around the world for 35 years. Okay, I used to have 5, and all that time somebody's shown me 1 more. And I'm here to tell you, I hope you'll stop me, that every single value prop and benefit in the world will boil down to one of these 6 categories. I teach you these in categories because it's easier that way, right? Instead of keeping a list of 85 potential value props that you can use to catch attention or sell your product, how about 6? Okay, it all boils down to one of these, and then each one has a bunch of variations. Your job right now is to pick which one aligns with your ICP, ideal customer profile, and or your product or service, number 1, and chat it in for me. I'm going to review some examples of each of these to help you along the way, but some of you already know this answer. What's the number 1 value that you're in your solution speak to? All right, if it's time, and let me tell you, for me, it's all about time, okay? You're going to save it. You're going to get it back for me, right? You're going to get me more hours in the day. Any of those. Love it. Natalie, I'm right there with you. That's my number 2. It might be my number 1 on some days. But most people's number 2 is money. For a CFO, it's about saving money, right? For a sales leader, it's about growing top line revenue. For others, it's about profit margin, but it's related. I'm making it or I'm saving it. And it has something to do with revenue, expense, or profit, most likely. Okay. That's money. All right. Stacy's got them in order: time, then money, right? And then happy. We'll talk about happy in a second. E, Stephanie's number 1, probably my number 1. Make my life easier. Make my day flow better. Sometimes it saves me time. At the same time, I would give you $100 to get me more hours in the day, or just help me hit the easy button on something every once in a while. Anybody else feel that way? That could be the same for your prospects as well. Okay. Somebody told me recently, and I love this. You'll see I don't follow it in this webinar. Don't give me freedom of choice. Give me freedom from choice. That's the easy button. Okay. Reputation. This is not looking good. Okay. I might be a hero to my boss. I might look good internally. I might like having letters after my name, right? And I might feel like a big deal if this happens. Okay. People come to me and try to sell me PR services or get me to pay money to be published or to be seen on TV. And that is doing nothing but speaking to my ego, which 100% works, except for the fact I would much rather save money. Okay, so that's where the values line up. Power are people who want control, right? A lot of purchasers you're going to find here getting control over things. Big deal, right? Owners can land here too. And risk is usually about avoiding it. don't make a mistake. People never got in trouble for buying IBM, right? Those sorts of things. Cool. Okay. Images a lot sometimes. Yes, Adolfo, risk is about safety too. You got it. So anybody else, here's the hard part. Get out of just listening and being edutained and think about it. What's your number one? And type it in. Because I'm here to tell you all benefits in the world will boil down to one of these SWIIFT 6. So little pop quiz. If somebody is buying from you because you have an established relationship, great job, everybody. Thank you for typing in. Thanks for playing along. If you have an established relationship and that's the benefit, what is that really? What SWIIFT 6 does that boil down to? They buy from me because we've been working together for 10 years. Risk, ease, reputation. So Heidi, relationships is where it's starting, but we want to go deeper, right? Is it ease? Is it time? Is it trust? Where does that go? I love the fact we see it could be a little bit different, okay? I buy from Adolfo because we've been working together for 10 years, which means I don't have to have the risk of somebody else screwing me over. I trust him, that's risk. Okay, but wait a minute, here's the other side. I've been buying from Stephanie for 10 years, and I'm gonna continue buying from her because it's easy, because I don't wanna take the time to go set up a new vendor. You guys seeing how this works? There it is. Stacy's like, wait a minute, it's all of it. And you're right, sister, it is. I'm not gonna stay here because I got too much content to cover, but this is a great exercise. Think about, go look at your value prompts, listen to your calls, look at your marketing messages and identify which of these are you speaking to. Ask yourself at the end of your call, do I know the answer? Then you know that you've got some questions to ask. And that's where we're going to dive in first. But first, I want to let you know that when it's worthwhile to ask these questions, because your SWIIFT 6 play a role in everything. We're going to use it and we teach it at Factor 8, how to use it in your intro to gain attention, your voicemail to get a call back. Hell yeah, in your sales questions, and very few people actually do it. In your value prop, in your value pitch, right? When you're proposing the solution, when you're handling objections, even when you're asking for referrals, we use it everywhere. So spend the time to figure out what it is. All right, let's dive into a few of these. All right, I want you to know that we talk about selling being personal, but when you're prospecting, how do you do it at scale? When I teach people how to do this in an intro or in a voicemail, what value do you use? The answer is, folks, pick a likely winner, use it vaguely, because you don't really have their attention anyway. Okay, figure out what it likely is for your best solution and your ICP, and double down on that. You're already differentiating yourself because everybody else does the me. If you lead with, I'm trying to save you some time, I'm trying to make your life a little easier, you've already won. Then as we get into the sales funnel, we'll ask questions and uncover what it truly is. Okay, but here's the key. When we do an introduction, SWIIFT intros, it's a freaking game changer. Okay, we have literally tripled people's selling time when they switch to our intro because it grabs their attention and keeps people on the phone with you. You're not actually pitching at them. It's one sentence with one value word that just perks their ear up a little bit because they're busy doing email and they didn't need to answer the phone. Am I wrong? So you perk their ear, grab their attention a little bit, and then get them talking. Here is an example of a SWIIFT intro. Take a look and type in for me, folks. What's the value? What's the SWIIFT 6 in my intro? Mark, LB here with Factor 8. I'm calling to see if I can save you some time hunting for ABC services. Duh, right? It's time. Thank you for playing along. Adolfo, you're getting right up there with, like, you know, the class. What is it? What is it when you're the teacher's pet? There it is. Thank you. I didn't want to call you a kiss ass in front of all these people, Adolfo. All right. So by the way, check out what I'm doing afterwards. Those 3 questions, anybody who's taken this course with us before, tell me, what are the 3 questions designed to do? Waiting. I've made fun of Adolfo, so now he's not going to answer. Those 3 questions are the secret sauce. Boom, Aaron, thank you. To get them talking. Short, closed questions. You've perked my ear. I quit typing. Now we're in a conversation. I didn't even know we were supposed to be in a conversation. You get 4 questions deep until they say, I'm sorry, who are you with anyway? Boom, you'll land a SWIIFT value prop on them and keep going. That is the art of the cold call, and it works. Want to triple your selling time a different way? Get 10 callbacks next week by leaving better voicemails. Every single time we more than triple people's callbacks. If you had 10 more conversations in a week, it's like having another selling day. Leave a better voicemail. Take the class. Here it is again. Harder. What's the SWIIFT value in my voicemail example? Bob, LB, hey, we're having a webinar you're gonna want to see, launching very soon. The attendance is invitation only. Please contact me directly at for your login credentials. Hey, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Power, good guess. Anybody else? What's the SWIIFT 6 here? Aaron is saying, yep, we're making it easy on them. I'm actually looking for a different answer. You two are amazing, but I understand, like, you haven't gone deep on SWIIFT yet. A solution, Alexia, it's got to be one of the SWIIFT 6. Time, money, power, ease, reputation, or risk. Nadine has got it. Aaron's doubling down on power. Folks, I think it's reputation. It's that sentence of, James, doesn't count now, man. You got to type before she gives the answer. So it's about that invitation only, isn't it? It's that exclusivity. You're on the list. Call me back for your invitation. That is about looking good. That's about that reputation, okay? There's a little ease in there. There's a little power in there, but you guys feeling me? When you're talking to somebody who's proud as a peacock, you got to use these kinds of values. All right, folks, let's dig in a little further and talk about some SWIIFT questions. Okay, SWIIFT questions are value-based questions. We do a lot for qualification and looking for a need, but not many sellers go in and try to figure out what's most important to them. Okay, boy, here's a tough way to do it. It's not a mystery. You ask, what's most important to you in this sale or in this purchase? Talk to me about what your top priorities are. How are you measuring success? Maybe we even go further and say, what does it mean to you personally when we get this done? You're shopping a lot of vendors, right? What are your most important decision criteria? Then we help them through it. We help them identify it. Okay, now you know what hot button to push. Just like the shots, you got to ask for it. Okay, here they are one more time. We're going to ask a new question now. In this SWIIFT 6, you've identified what yours probably is. Which is most important during a recession? Because you got to change up your messaging sometimes to get people to buy when times are tight. Money, says James. Risk, says Heidi. And you guys are exactly right. Those are the 2. Aaron nailed it. Sarah, good job. I'm not making fun of you like I did James, but I should, right? No, I know it takes a second to type. I'm just teasing you guys. So it's about saving money or growing my top line revenue. It's not about return on investment right now. That usually works for us. But listen, I don't want to invest anything right now, and I'm not willing to wait 6 months for a return. I need you to protect me from risk in this economy, and I need you to help me grow money immediately. So if you haven't already, switch up your messaging. This goes in your emails, your voicemails, your LinkedIn connections, your introductions, your questions. Are you feeling me? SWIIFT everything. Now I'm going to talk about where else you can use SWIIFT in a place I haven't talked about a lot, and it's when you're proposing your solution. We've got a class called Propose and Close. These are the steps. Here's what we've talked about. Am I correct? I'm going to make a recommendation. This is critical to be a consultative seller. Boom. Then you add the value, not all the values, not 27 reasons why you guys are great, their most important SWIFT value. And you ask for the close. It looks like this. We've talked about your current gaps being blah, 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 blah. Did I get it right? Get more information, get a confirmation. I'm really excited to recommend our Sales Shot sales schools. We've got SMB courses that are going to save you time than traditional training. We've got these SMB courses that are going to help you get revenue fast by applying these new skills, whatever it is, right? Custom hot button. Does that sound like a fit? You go for the close. All right, let's talk about another place SWIFT works, baby, all day long in objection handling. Okay, we teach steps in objection handling as well. Most folks are missing the first two. I can't pay $100 for a class. Well, why can't you pay $100? That's cheap. This isn't a class on objection handling, but step one is, yeah, I hear you. $100 is a lot of money. Then you ask a question. Tell me, is that because of tight budgets or what's going on? You get to the root. Once you uncover the root, you address the root with the SWIFT value, with what's most important to them, right? I get it. It's not budgeted, but it's going to make you look really, 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 really good. And that's important to you. Obviously, you do it a little smoother than that, right? It's hard to do. It's hard to do on the fly examples without a scenario, but that's why you take the training so you can practice it. And then, of course, we finish it with checking in and closing. Here's what it looks like. SWIFT objection handling. There it is, number 3. This functionality of our fabulous, amazing SaaS solution actually gives you control to prevent that exact thing from happening. Does that help? All right, so do you think we have a match? You go for the close, okay? Pull the SWIFT in here as well. That's why it's so important to ask those SWIFT questions, my friends. Okay, here's the other thing I want to talk about. When you understand what your SWIFT benefit is, folks, that's when you can make feature function benefits sing. I'm not lying when I tell you 9 out of 10 sellers gets this wrong. We stop at function and we think it's a benefit. It's a benefit when you can identify the SWIFT 6. That's your litmus test. For the rest of your sales careers, when you're managing folks out there, the feedback is, can you identify the SWIFT 6? If you can't, you haven't gotten all the way to benefit. Here's an example. The feature. What is it? The function. What it does. The benefit is why I give a damn, or SWIFT. It's tequila. It's strong. It's going to make you feel great. Feeling good, looking good, ease of life, right? Quality of life. This is good stuff. Boom. Here's another example. Nailing the FF SWIFT B. The easy install feature is a one-click process. It takes the hassle out of installing multiple laptops. What's the function? How does it work? One click. What's my SWIFT 6 benefit? Chat it in for me, please. What's the SWIFT 6? Boom! Top of the class! You got it. Ease. Okay? Especially if I found out that's important to this lovely woman. Here's an example where you can take it 2 different directions. The online access gives 24/7 availability, meaning your international teams can work on the training when your US team is sleeping. Okay, well, that's the functionality. What's the benefit? Well, it gives you the flexibility for scheduling. It helps you stay on pace. It reduces your product expense. It'll get your project done earlier. Whatever it is, it's how you frame it, okay, with the SWIFT. You can also use SWIFT in your value props. What's a value prop? It's the old elevator pitch, but folks, we don't have an elevator anymore. It's got to be a lot shorter. And if you're leading with, we're one of the leading companies to provide then it sucks. Ooh, harsh, but true. It needs to be about them as well. It's still not about us. So we recommend one of 3 magic starters. We help companies, we help customers, or we're famous for. And then you pound the SWIFT value. That's what gets them thinking. That's what gets them interested. That's what perks their ear and gets them to actually lean in and listen or ask another question, because the rest of it just sounds like a pitch. And you and I both know people shut down when we pitch at them. Okay, stop selling at me, we always say. Here's an example. FactorAid's the leading provider of BDR, AA, and manager skills for business selling virtually to the mid-market. Snore. FactorAid helps sales leaders earn more commission by getting reps up to speed and hitting sales goals faster. I led with the benefit, and the benefit was, hey, sales managers, you're going to get a bigger commission check at the end of the quarter when your reps take my training. The functionality was how we do it. We get you up to speed faster. We help you hit goals faster. That's what we do. It's what we're in business for, right? These are both factually correct, but which one rings, right? Which one speaks to you more? We help companies hit the easy button on scaling virtual teams. You guys know which one I'm leaning towards there, right? So in every single one of your messages, you can make it SWIIFT. And by making it SWIIFT, not only will you gain more attention, you're actually now translating what you do into something that's helpful for your buyer. You know, I've been talking about this the whole time. I want you guys to take the classes. Okay, Adolfo, I love that you know what SWIIFT is. Make sure that you know how to apply it and apply it well. We've got SWIIFT in almost every one of our classes, but Amy's built us a 3-pack. So it's your voicemails and your intros, which is really, really key for prospecting, right? And growing and filling the pipeline, and overcoming objections, really good at the bottom of the pipeline. DM me. I'm going to put my email up next, or you can DM me right now. If there's a part of the sales process you need help with that isn't in one of these classes, or you're not exactly sure what you need, but you'd like to bring in some help for your team, chat me in messages. I'm going to give you my email address next. But in the meantime, learn how to do this really, really well. FactorAid.com/SWIIFT. And Amy's got, yeah, I mean, come on, it's $120 for 3 classes. So by the way, the reason I don't do it free is because when you get something free, you don't actually go and take it. Invest in yourself and learn how to do this better, and you'll be differentiated like crazy. I mean, I get value in an inbound sales message to me about 1 out of every 900. I've literally put exact examples of stuff I've learned in some of our classes. So when you get the class, folks, it's not just a video like this. It's interactive. There's quizzes. There's real recorded calls. There's templates. This is real training, and it's good stuff, and it's going to help you make a difference. Here is my email address and our phone number. Email me if you'd like to learn more, if you've got questions, if you're not sure, any of that stuff. I'm here to help. Let's focus on the right values and get all of our pipelines moving again in this stinking economy. I can't wait to see you at our next sessions. The next one we're doing is pretty fun. It's in combination with Girls Club, and it's about boundaries. Totally guilty. Please come and learn, because it can help you in the sales process as well. I can't wait to see you there, and again next month. Thank you so much for joining us. Adolfo, love you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming again. Take the damn training. See you guys. Let me know if you've got questions. I'll hang on for a second. Bye, everybody.